And just like that, we're fucking live. Oh, what's up, Josh? As soon as I go live, like literally one person shows up in my chat. Thank you for joining me tonight, Josh. How's it going, dude? There's literally no one else. What the fuck? So yeah, I wasn't planning on this, man. I mean, I thought I was gonna like sit here, chill, drink my beers, fucking watch Rob and everyone hang out. Then I find out there's no show tonight, so I'm like, man, fuck it. I might as well just go on, do my show tonight. Fuck it. I mean, I got nothing planned other than me just sitting here drinking beer and talking shit. Actually, no, that's not true. Because I was actually thinking about showing some clips from some old episodes of mine that I particularly enjoyed. But I was going to show them as soon as some people showed up. Oh, hey, Amy Creel. What the fuck is going on with y'all, Joshua and Amy? I got literally 4 people in the chat right now. Yeah, no one's playing a show tonight, so I was like, fuck it, might as well. So I was gonna just sit here, chill, play some old content, play some content that I enjoyed that I felt like didn't get enough love. So tonight I'm gonna play a clip, and this clip is from one of my old episodes that is my personal favorites. Title of the episode is called Jason Reacts to Christian Video Games. Now, not everyone saw this, but I thought this is one of my finer episodes, and I thought I would share it tonight. Basically, what happens is I get Jason McLean, the ultimate Bible nerd, to sit down, and I force him to watch clips of like video games, but that are based in Christ and Christianity. And it from the based off the feedback that I got, it was like one of the funniest episodes, but I feel like not enough people saw it. So I might as well just play it again. So for your viewing pleasure, here we motherfucking go.
Romanticization of a pastoral life, right? Living off the land and all that. But again, that's good. But that was in modern. But heck, we have that in modern, secular culture as well.
Yeah, Twilight, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, okay. So speaking of that, we're going to take a deep dive now, Jason, because you've talked about how Christianity has been a little bit represented in a lot of aspects of our pop culture, but very much so in the world of video games. Now, Christianity, while it's not the most prominent thing in the video gaming world, it has left its footprints, and there are some games,
so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, there were some games that were definitely like, making fun of Christianity or pointing out a lot of its negative stereotypes. But then there are others, like some of the ones that I'm going to show you, that were made by Christians and for Christians. And so let me show you the first one here. And I want you to tell me what you think. The first one is going to be our oldest. This one was made, man, in the 80s when the NES was big. Hold on. You ready? This is called Bible Games. This was like off license. Like this was for the Nintendo Entertainment System, but Nintendo there wasn't even like licensed by Nintendo. They just kind of made it.
It was just compatible with the NES.
Okay, good. Do you ever worry that they're playing too much Nintendo?
Oh, not anymore. See, Matt has Bible adventures. They're actually learning Bible stories while they're playing Nintendo.
Quick, get that Bible quote before you run out of power.
Bible Adventures features 3 games in 1 cartridge: Noah's Ark, Save Baby Moses, and David and Goliath. A must for every family with Nintendo. Call 1-877-BIBLE. That's 1-877-BIBLE.
Wow.
$44.95 back in the early 80s. That was a lot of money.
That was a lot of cash. Yeah, it's really. I'm more shocked at how expensive it was. Well, how much was the Super Mario?
It was about $50.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, no. Jason eventually gets really stressed out. I'm gonna skip ahead to the point where he I show him this one video clip where it's like a Christian video game where he's like cool. He's like, oh, it's so respectful, so great, and everything. And then flash forward, I show him a clip from this one next Christian video game, which is actually done by Christians, and then he gets stressed the fuck out. So here it comes.
Again, its accuracy is to be debated, but that's, as any human endeavor is, it's inherently flawed. But the idea behind it makes sense. Like I can see what they're, instead of saying, "Hey, I hated the language at the beginning, my ultimate time machine's," like, okay, whatever. But
Again, what happened to your first time machine?
What happened to the first one? But yeah, so the idea of going back and sort of observing the culture and the events makes that we have the technology where that could be a valid story. And clearly they played Ocarina of Time. That's all I'm saying.
And Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Okay, ready for the next one?
I'm good.
So far I've shown you games that were made by Christians and for Christians, and it's just Christian related themes and topics. But how many games do you actually get to play as Christ himself?
Can't imagine there's many.
And this game is not only do you play as Christ, but it's from the first person perspective.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I don't know that I can be more ready for this.
Okay.
Many people have attempted to write about the things that have taken place.
Yo, you Jesus, yo.
Reports of these things were handed down to us. There were people
this is also
who
like
saw these things
open world,
so
you're also like doing the actual
ministry
ministry and miracles.
And then passed the word on.
Oh, he's doing miracles right now.
With this in mind, I myself have carefully looked into everything from the beginning.
I'm Simon. This is my brother, Andrew. We're trying to catch fish.
Oh, damn, he catching that fish.
But I'm afraid the wedding appears to have a small issue. I don't know, but I thought you might be able to help.
Yeah, turn that water into wine.
This wine is better than the wine we had before.
Oh, damn. He is risen.
Please, Lord, just heal my son.
He's like actually inside his body and healing him.
Lord,
like apparently
it's
like the
you.
spirit of Jesus shrunk down and he went inside the kid's
Tell me
body.
to come to you
and you
on
got to
the wall.
repair the kid's body. Pay attention to the look on Jason's face. Jason, right now, as he's watching this, is dying inside. Oh, damn, Last Supper. And there's like dialogue options.
I am doing this for you. I want you to know that the things you have been taught are true.
Yeah, out on Steam, baby. So, Jason, what do you think? What are your thoughts on this game?
No. Just no.
Why? It's
just
no.
it's
Bible accurate. I mean, those things, water to wine, walking on water.
No. So
Last
why? How many? Why?
You wouldn't play this game?
No. You have been waiting all day for this one, haven't you? Because I saw the look on your face at the beginning of the episode. And I'm like, I know he's going to drop something on me, and I figured.
Oh, trust me, guys, it gets a lot worse. It gets a lot worse because I'm going to show him after this. I show him the final boss fight, and that's when he starts legitimately getting upset. So check it out.
Is it going to be him fighting Satan?
You called it, baby. You called it, and I'm going to show you the final boss fight of this video game. You ready?
Okay, I'm prepared. I'm as prepared as I can get.
Okay, here's the final boss fight. So, you know, Jesus has been crucified now. They say in the Apostles' Creed, he goes, you know, he descends into hell, rises after the third day. But when he's descended into hell, what does he do? Apparently, Jesus was too busy whooping that ass, whooping that Satan ass. So he's in hell right now. He's fighting Satan. See that ball of light? That's Satan. And he's like shooting fireballs and shit.
Did Jesus just take damage?
Repelling Satan's blast. So he's healing though. Okay, so do you see that little circle in the bottom right corner?
Uh-huh.
So that's his Holy Spirit, right? So in this game, Holy Spirit is like your mana. So you have to like charge up your Holy Spirit to do abilities like shoot fireballs or heal. So if you're out of Holy Spirit, you know, you're kind of out of resources. That's like your main resource in this game. So the idea is you kind of have to manage your Holy Spirit. So then you got to build it up, and then he's able to fight back. It's like Final Fantasy, man. Oh wait, did you see that? It says he's out of Holy Spirit, so he's got to kind of like run around and dodge. So yeah, he's like healing and just shooting back. Damn, that Satan dude's not letting up, is he? Oh, he's out of Holy Spirit. Oh no, what's he gonna do? There's a run button because, you know, Jesus, he's got wheels. He can run real fast. Oh yeah. Oh, he's doing. Oh man, don't worry. He can heal.
Okay.
All right.
How?
So what do you think? You got to keep that Holy Spirit up, baby, so you can do them fireballs and get the hit points back.
I really hope, for the sake of everyone involved, that it was atheists who created this, because if it's Christians, I imagine they're going to get a really, really...
Well, let's just say that after this, I decide to escalate things even further and to torture my friend even more. Because at the end of the day, that is what friends are for.
And you look at him, you're like, I know you tried. I know your heart was in the right place. But I question everything else about your life choices.
Let me give you an opposite example, okay? Now, here's the next game. Now, admittedly, this one was not made by Christians.
Okay.
But I think this game does much more service to actually glorify Jesus than the last game.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
I am prepared.
Hold on. I muted the tab. All right, there we go. The gods are at war. Oh shit, it's Buddha.
But which one?
The Asian-y one. Oh shit,
They're all
he's the jacked one. Well, who will lead us to enlightenment, Jason McLean? Is it going to be Buddha or Odin or Zeus, Sif, Anubis, or, oh shit, he's risen. He's risen. Oh, one final challenger.
They are not seriously.
Son of God. Bam. Yo, he's whooping Buddha's ass. Look at that.
Well, he should.
And he's crossed. That's a super move, by the way. It's called the Rapture. So it's like you play as Jesus, but it's like a Street Fighter game where you can play as all the different gods, like Odin and Buddha and Moses.
Of course, Moses is
and
a
then,
god, but I'll let it slide.
And then Jesus is one of the characters. And yeah, what do you think?
At least it's a like these have to be non-Christians doing this. I will at least let that slide, because there is a clear tongue-in-cheek thing that they're doing So I will let them. So I'm going to let it slide only because they're probably going to hell anyway. So it's okay.
Well,
You're right. It is at least not as bad. It's still bad. It's still bad from, again, theological perspective. But I feel like this is more tongue in cheek. So I'm going to be like, look, I ain't going to condone it. I will not. I don't like that you're doing it. But I feel far less cringe about it than the previous one.
I mean, you get the general premise of it, right? It's a Street Fighter type game. Yes. All the different gods from all the different pantheons mythologies. Yeah. You got Odin and Zeus in there. Amaterasu and Anubis and Sif and everyone. Thor.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually think it's kind of cool that they included Jesus in there, and that he gets to beat their asses.
So here's where I'll throw it in there. You know who's not in there? I don't see Muhammad in there. You threw Moses in there. Do Muhammad. Do Muhammad.
Shit, I'm muted. I've been muted. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. So here's my next clip. So a while back, I did an episode where I was doing I forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah, I was doing like a Bruce Lee episode. I wanted to do an episode on Bruce Lee, but the live stream got shut down because fucking YouTube wasn't cool with that. Apparently, like Bruce Lee clips are like all copyrighted. So my show got shut down in the middle of the live stream. I was very upset. I was very stressed out. So then I decided to put on a really quick impromptu live stream, all improvised. No plans or anything because I had to have something up. So I got something up, and then I sent out all these random text messages to my friends, and then my fucking homie from like my childhood shows up, who I haven't talked to in years. And this is a clip from that episode, and I really liked it. And if I ever saw a dog man, my first reaction would be, I would look down and be like, I wonder what a dog man's dick looks like. Does it look like a dog's dick? You know, that little red crayon that comes out of its little hood? Or does it look like a human's dick? I would like look, be like, oh, damn. So that's what dog man dicks looks like. And I'm dead. Dog man just bites me in the neck and I'm dead. That's the end of that story. The story of Dogny Cho at first encounter with Dogman. He looks at his dick and then Donnie dies. That's exactly what happens. I'm not going to run. I know I can't outrun them. I know I can't outfight them. In my last moments in life. Oh, shit. Oh, hey, dude. What's up?
What up?
What's up, you fucking sexy beast? You sexy ass motherfucker. I didn't think you got your shit set up, dude.
No, well, I'm just using these like Amazon Chinese brand earbuds, these AirPods.
Oh man, actually you sounding pretty good, homie. Okay, so everyone
everyone. How many people
Uh,
are on here?
there's like motherfuckers in the chat that are like watching us right now.
Oh, that's crazy.
So let me introduce this man right here. This is Isaac motherfucking Park.
Hello.
He is my oldest friend since childhood. I met Isaac. Let's see. I believe I was 8 years old. You were 7 when we first met.
Oh man, I'm really bad with dates, but yeah, I probably think it's something like that for sure.
Yeah, so yeah, introduce yourself, motherfucker. Say
Oh
hello to the
man.
world. By the way, these are all like cryptid. These are all like Bigfoot
Yeah.
words. So
Oh no, I'm familiar with the community. I listen to the podcast a lot from time to time. Sometimes
do?
I'll listen to it. Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes I'll listen to it and fall asleep. It's kind of weird.
Did you hear about what
Like,
happened to my fucking show?
I'll be no, what? It got demonetized or something?
No, it got struck down. I was in the middle of doing because my show's at 8 o'clock. So Eastern time, right?
Yeah.
Yo, fucking YouTube's struck my show down, man.
For what? For like
I was about to show Bruce Lee punching people in the balls. That was the point of my show. And I guess you're not allowed to show clips from Bruce Lee movies. And then my show just got struck down. So I just started a new stream. I'm like, I don't have a plan. I see that you were live on. I was like, yo, Isaac, why don't you just come on? Let's fuck around.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I can't stay on long, but I hope to be a guest in the future because I got lots of crazy stories about this legendary man. But yeah, you man.
What kind of stories do you have about me?
Well,
I got stories about you too.
Oh no, we're not going to talk about stories about me. That's off limits.
Okay.
I don't know, only the good stuff, man. Only like the legendary
stories. I'll tell the good stories.
Do they? Wait, hold up. Wait, we're not going to get into that yet. This is just an introduction. I'm just saying hello. Just wanted to say what's up to you because this is like the only way I can talk to you these days.
You might as well just be a regular dude.
I'll try to.
Hey, what time is it over there for you?
It's 6:16 p.m.
Oh, hey, actually, you know what? I do a lot of like pre-records. So like whenever you got time in your schedule, let's just like set up a show and just dick around.
Yeah, we'll do. For sure. Yeah.
And besides, we need another Asian face on this show.
Okay, there are no Asians in the cryptid community.
You are literally the second Asian ever on this show.
Who was the first? Charles Jundasani?
No, me. Me, homie.
Obviously you. Obviously you.
Yo, these motherfuckers in the chat, they've literally never seen 2 Asian dudes on the same live stream.
Oh my gosh, I'm sure
this is their first time we're breaking new ground.
Mind. So what platforms are we on right now?
We're live on YouTube, and that's it. I don't know how to set up anything else, so I'm too lazy.
No, that's cool. It's just I'm on this app called StreamYard.
Oh yeah. No, that's kind of like the Portal app, but that's not like a social media thing.
Conduit.
Yeah, that's
okay. Oh, sweet. Okay, yeah. Oh.
You'll figure it out.
Cool.
So yeah. Okay. How much time you got?
A couple minutes, honestly.
Okay. How about this?
Yeah.
Why don't you talk about the first time we ever met?
Oh man, no, seriously. Well, because my childhood was so traumatic,
your childhood was pretty fucked up.
Yeah, but so I don't exactly.
I was there for
I remember a lot of our childhood memories, but if you want to recollect that and talk about it, then go for it, man.
No, I mean, I remember you were like the shy big kid. Okay, so first time I ever saw you, basically we met in Sunday school. We were church kids, right? And every time there was a new kid that showed up, they would march that kid out in front of everyone, which was embarrassing as fuck.
Yeah.
They did that with me, right? They would literally end a service, they would grab your ass and bring you out, and you had to stand in front of all the other kids.
Yeah.
And all the other kids are just sitting there and like, who the fuck is this kid? And you're standing there all embarrassed and nervous and shit. I remember you were up there with your sister. You had these thick ass glasses on, and you look fucking stiff as a board.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, which went a lot better than with me. Do you know what I did?
What?
I shit you not, because I came in like a year before you. I literally
Yeah.
had a little booklet. I took out the program in front of the entire crowd, and they're like, "Hey, this is Donnie Cho," and I took like the program and I like stuck it in front of my face, pretended to be reading it, because I was like, I don't even want to look at these people right now. Fuck this.
Yeah, no, those were definitely awkward times. And it's like,
Okay.
considering there was no social media or anything back then, and like you're just not
fuck
used
no.
to like interacting with people, or
No.
like there's a
Our
very
life was all
thought of
about
like being
Nintendo games.
the center of attention is just like super awkward and weird. And
Yeah.
you already get the sense that this is just like a weird setting with all these other Korean kids.
It was
And
so fucking weird. If you think about it, if you
yeah,
really think about it, like if you see, we were in it, so it didn't feel weird to us. But if you actually take a step back and think about the fact that we're all like we're in the middle of New Jersey. There's plenty of white and black people all around us every day. As a matter of fact, at school, I'm literally the only Korean kid. And then every
right.
Sunday, they take all these kids, all just Korean kids from all these surrounding towns, and they just
Yeah.
jam them together.
Yeah.
And I sit back
Yeah.
and think on it, I'm like, what the fuck, man?
You had that realization ever since you were a child, huh? You were like, this is
No, I didn't have, not as a
something really
child. It
shitty.
was like later
Oh,
as an
really?
adult when I thought
Just
back
looking
about it.
back.
Yeah. Okay, how about this?
Definitely. Yeah. Okay.
Yo, you remember the first time you ever saw a white person at church, and you're like, whoa, a white person. But it doesn't make sense because we're around white people every day at school and shit. The first time you see a white dude at the church, you're like, holy shit, is that
I don't know,
guy?
because every Korean church has like a token white guy. Who was our token white guy?
No, we didn't have one until
We didn't
like,
have
we
a
were
single
adults.
one.
We didn't have a token white guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very exclusive back then.
Let me explain. These Korean churches, guys, you've probably seen Korean churches, but a little like this trope in these Korean churches is that in every Korean church, there's always a token white guy. Why? I don't know.
Well, it's just somebody.
I don't know.
Okay, that's Donnie's take, but it's just somebody who resonates with Korean culture, and they happen to speak the Korean language, and like their personalities get
No,
along
I
with Korean
always
people.
call them I always call them the raw D's.
The raw D's.
Yeah, do you know what the raw D's stand for?
I don't know what the raw D's stand. I don't know if I want to know what the raw D's stand for.
Yo, raw D stands for a random ass white dude. Because I've been visiting all these Korean churches, and every congregation I look over, I was like, hey, there's that one raw D right there. There's always that one guy. It's all Korean people, and then there's always that one guy. It's so random.
Heck yeah. Yeah,
so
that's
random.
so true.
The raw D.
When's the last time you went to a Korean church? That's my question.
2 weeks ago.
I'm sure now the cryptid community knows all. I'm sure in your podcast and your lives, you talked about the Korean community ad nauseum. They're familiar with like the weirdness of it, right? The Korean church community.
Oh, no, they're not.
No,
they're not privy to that.
Not even like the ghost stories and the freaking miracles and the miracle man and like the freaking.
Yeah.
Not what?
I haven't even begun to touch on Korea's stories yet.
What the heck?
Yeah,
dude, what have you been doing? Talking about
I need
like
someone. I need a partner.
You have a first-hand experience with all of this. You witnessed it. Like create like the leg grower. Do you remember the leg grower? You remember
which one was the leg grower? I don't remember the leg grower.
All right, before I go, because like I literally just hopped on, wanted to say what's up, and I will be a guest in the future, and I can talk about this stuff all day long. But the leg grower. Okay, so back in the day, we were about like 13, 14.
Okay.
I remember it was like eighth and ninth grade. We were going to Onduri Church, and there'd be a traveling pastor that would go from Korean church to Korean church, and he would perform miracles.
Yeah.
You guys can Google it now. One of the
I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. We didn't have Google at the time, so there was no like fact checking and seeing if this guy was legit or Reddit or whatever. And so I was this young guy with glasses, came from Korea, and his miracles was that he would take 2 feet, right, and prop them up like this, and he would like and he would like straighten them out and elongate them in front of the church, and it would be this like almost sleight of hand, like very simple magic trick, and then
Yeah.
like one leg would kind of like come out and start to grow. But it was just like this like weird hypnosis thing where he was like kind of pulling the leg ever so subtly
I remember,
underneath the
and
foot.
remember how many of our parents fell for that shit?
Oh my gosh. Like
Yeah.
everybody was weeping and I was young, so I was like squeezing out every tear.
We're like all crying.
Yeah.
Oh, the power of
And
Jesus.
so one
The power of
person
Jesus.
else, I mean, and like you would think that this stuff happens in like more third worldy countries
Yeah.
and like fourth worldy, and I mean I'm sure there's messed up stuff that happens there, but these are like freaking like modern Koreans who have like access to like we know what's up, like we know that like there was just no discernment happening. So anyways, one after another, people would go up and we'd all be in shock and awe and screaming to the high heavens that like
I remember that shit.
hallelujah, it's like it's such a miracle. We would gather
I
around
remember
this
that shit.
miracle man, and this guy looked innocent as fuck. Like he looked like he couldn't harm a fly, but
Yeah, nerdy ass Korean dude.
yeah, nerdy ass
Yeah.
Korean dudes. But I noticed it's those dudes. It's those dudes in the church, the guys who didn't get no play in high school. Those are the dudes who take the power and let it get to their heads. And then
Oh,
all of a
speaking of,
sudden,
speaking
but let me
of
finish the
power.
story. Well,
Okay.
yeah. So, anyways, the most fucked up part was this miracle worker, this miracle man. There was one. You remember the boy, the paralyzed boy at our church?
No,
You
I
don't
don't remember
remember.
this.
You weren't there for this. You probably walked away in like just
Yeah.
cringe. But they brought this boy up who had never. He couldn't walk. He was on crutches all the time. His legs were not working at all. Most of the time, he was on a wheelchair. And they brought this boy up, and his somehow like the pastor was able to pull his foot out like 4 inches forward, and it was just I can't put my phone down, but it was just like slowly his foot would grow out, and this was like the finale of the show, and then the pastor said, "Get up." And then he started screaming in something like in some like tongues, and he was like, "Get up, get on the ground, walk." And this boy took like 4 steps on his own without the crutches. This boy was like so happy and like, oh my gosh, and his family was just couldn't believe it, and like, oh my gosh, and we were all like, it was a crazy experience, and
People
everybody
were
was
like
screaming
crying
at
and
the top
shit.
of their- yeah, cry. Oh, of course, that's a given. And then
Man.
and I just remember like the following week we went, and the boy was like, like he was still trying to walk, but he kind of needed like one crutch. And then the week after, like he was back on his wheelchair, and I was just like,
Damn.
oh, did we
That's fucked up.
pay this guy $1,000 to freaking
They
like?
paid him $1,000 for that shit.
I don't know how much these people make.
God
I don't know how
damn.
much these people make. But
Wait, was
yeah.
this okay? I got a question real quick about that because I wasn't there for that. So was this kid just crippled, or was he crippled because he was,
He was paralyzed
Oh.
from the waist down.
But from the neck up,
Paraplegic.
he was okay.
From the neck up, he was okay, but he was
Okay.
also mentally handicapped as well. Is that sorry if that's not the proper terminology?
No, the proper terminology is retarded, yo. We can say that on here. See, that would be the true miracle, okay? This is how that motherfucker would convince me. If he took like through the power of Jesus, they brought up a retarded kid and they made the kid less retarded, and the kid was like all sprouting Shakespeare and shit. I'd be like, it's a miracle. It's a miracle.
All right.
He did it. You can't fake that. You can't fake that. You can fake the leg shit, but you can't if you make a retarded kid less retarded, that's a true miracle. Right?
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why I don't bring Donnie out in public with me that often.
Yo, Isaac, do you want to tell them about bonding time? So yeah, that was me and Isaac. That was a fun one. I'm trying to find some other episodes that I am particularly proud of. But hey, what's up? There's a whole bunch of people in the fucking chat right now just chilling and shit. What's up, David Crotchkid? What's up, JoJo? My lady from down under. What's going on, folks? So yeah, I'm just playing some more clips of highlights of Donnie Cho Says stuff. Now, this is a more recent one. I'm sure some of you have seen this one already, but I wanted to play this because we get racist. So I want to show off my racism for you guys. That's what I'm going to do.
You see him, like he's definitely overweight, but I mean, like his look is tight. I get that. I think it would look good on you. But like those of us who don't have hair, right? Like I feel like the whole hair thing would be problematic. Did you have?
And you know what the one good thing about North Korea is, Jason McLean?
Yeah,
it's booger free.
See, couldn't you call them like? There's no Asian Sasquatch or Korean or Sasquatch Koreans. I mean,
well, there's Yeti.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. That's more China, and China's different from Korea. I mean, but fine. We can go with Yeti. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying.
We in Asia we call them chugars.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel like these are that this is an epithet that you're going with here. Like this is.
Yeah, because people need to learn to be more racist towards Bigfoot.
Yeah,
I think we need to teach in our schools. I don't think that's
really the message you should be doing. I mean, this is almost like...
Well, you'd rather they teach us liberal media bullshit to our kids?
Well, no. I mean, I'm with you on that. That's definitely pushing a little far, but I just feel like the tone here, this is almost getting like Neil deGrasse Tyson, Pluto isn't a planet kind of vibes here.
All right, well, then I'm curious then. You're in this team. You obviously want to call them Sasquatch Americans. We need to be all politically correct.
Let's skip ahead. Yeah, we do.
But you're still on board.
Okay, I mean, outside of that time I spent with that particular... It's all Bigfoot and these primates just walking around, erect.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, it's like there's plenty of room for the pterosaur community. There should be some... And it just, if maybe they were gone, at least from the continental United States, right? If they were gone, then there'd be more room to talk about some of these other cryptids, like the pterosaurs. That's all I'm saying.
So, let me get this straight. So, you want to kill Bigfoot because you want these shows to spend more time talking about pterosaurs?
Yes. Yes.
Because you're in this scene to talk about pterosaurs.
That's why I'm here, man. That's why I'm here. I'm here to talk about freaking pterosaurs, right? I don't care about Bigfoot. I've never cared about Bigfoot. I don't care about the Chupacabra. I don't care about any of them.
But you've been on so many shows.
I know, because there's nowhere else to go. No one else wants to talk about Bigfoot. Or they all want to talk about Bigfoot. They don't want to talk about pterosaurs.
Dude.
I'm over here like, hey, let's talk about pterosaurs. And they're like, no, we're going to talk about Bigfoot. Nobody cares about flying reptiles. They're flying reptiles. They might glow. They're dragons, for crying out loud. Dragons are cool. I'm a big hairy man who hasn't come up with math. That's not fun. I mean, sure, maybe once in a while. But whole television shows of people just running around being like, I haven't found Bigfoot. How is that entertaining? Go find a freaking dragon's all I'm saying.
Yeah, where them pterosaur shows at? On Travel Channel.
Where are they? Where are they? Get some bearded hillbillies running around looking for pterosaurs.
It's just weird.
You can shoot them out of the sky. It would be, people would love it. You wouldn't even need, like, buckshot would be all you'd need, because the bones have to be very thin, or they have to be hollow. That none of this I'm gonna magically disappear BS. It's a dragon. Just shoot it. You can call yourself a Draconis Extinctor. Imagine how cool that would be on a card.
So
I'm just saying, I want to talk about pterosaurs. I'm sick and tired of Bigfoot eating up all of the pterosaurs' oxygen. They aren't that interesting. You don't know enough about them.
If I go on YouTube on my phone, type in the search engine, Jason McLean and Bigfoot, there's like a fucking million videos of you with like Tex and Rob in them.
I know, because everyone just wants to talk about Bigfoot. Like, it's the Jefferson Bigfoot Conference, the Alabama Bigfoot Conference. We're doing a conference, and there's Bigfoot on the freaking thing because everyone wants to talk about Bigfoot. All Tex and Rob ever want to do is talk about Bigfoot. Rob just wants to talk about how he had one throw a rock at him. Tex is like, I've seen them dancing through rocks while I was twerking it with my body glitter on. I just want to talk about pterosaurs. Those freaking booger lovers. I just want to talk about them. They lie to me all the time. I just want to talk about pterosaurs. Why is this so hard? Why do they lie to me, Donnie? Why?
Hey, geez, Jason. Damn.
Why?
I didn't realize this. So this. Oh man. Yo, man, Jason. It's okay, man, dude. I didn't realize the pterosaur thing really hurt you that bad. And you had to deal with that Bigfoot shit. Had to talk about boogers all day.
So many years.
Oh,
so many
man.
years. I even had to put him on my book. He takes up most of my book. I couldn't even put the pterosaurs on my book because the publisher was like, no, nobody cares about the pterosaurs. I just want to talk about pterosaurs.
How about this? Okay, Jason. How about this? Okay. You know, I've been feeling bad because I'm just here because I'm racist. You have like this weird deep-seated pain that these boogers have inflicted on you. How about this? Let's bring you on the first step towards healing, Jason McLean. How about from this point on in the show, I'll sit back. The rest of the show is yours for as long as you want, and for a change, I'll let you talk about pterosaurs.
Really?
Right now. You can just go. Just talk about pterosaurs.
The whole episode?
The rest of the episode, just, you know, the floor is yours. Just open up your heart about pterosaurs and just explain it all.
I really appreciate this, Donnie. Thank you. It's been weighing on me for a while. I really appreciate this. Okay, I won't let you down. Okay, we're going to talk about pterosaurs. Okay, so here's the thing about pterosaurs.
And just like that, it was the end of the show. So, yeah. But you know what? I don't feel like a dick. I wasn't a dick for that. You know, you might be like, damn, Donnie, why the fuck you gotta do that to him? Why you gotta do him dirty like that? No, all I've gotta say is, yo, that motherfucker fucking hijacked my show, made me look like a fool in my own goddamn show. So, yeah, I gave him his just desserts. That's what he deserved. That's what it was about. Because he has on multiple occasions tried to hijack me on my own show, which is fucked up. I'm going to show you an instance of this where he terrorized my show, as a matter of fact. He actually locked me out. Like, he changed the passwords, guys. Like, I was about to do a live because he had access to my channel at the time. And then he goes in, changes the passwords, and then he's just like, man, fuck you, Donnie. And meanwhile, I'm sitting here floundering in the chat, being like, what the hell? I'm being kicked out of my own goddamn show? What the fuck is this shit? So, I'm going to show this. Where this is why I punished Jason so hard that day. Watch. Watch what he and Brandy proceed to do.
Mac talk that he did on Sea Monsters.
What a son of a bitch.
That is an asshole. No more of this shenanigans and tomfoolery. You've locked him out of business. You've hijacked and pirated his channel. There's no going back. Yeah, I came out of retirement just for this today. Because you will not disrespect the Loch Ness Monster in my presence. Not at all. And Brandy was so enraged, she's like, Jason, you know what we need to do? Let's hijack his channel, and let's talk about Jim Caviezel.
And that's right. Let's just talk about something else.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
How dare he?
How dare he? How dare he? So we're on here. We're talking about Jim Caviezel, and Donnie can suck it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's what's going to happen. And so that's tonight's show. And Donnie isn't invited because we've locked him out, and there's nothing he can do about it.
Nope. He's probably watching right now, just livid.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't even think he wanted to go live tonight. He's like, well, it's Thanksgiving's the next day. I've got to make some dim sum. So, yeah, it's all good.
Probably.
Yeah.
Not even pumpkin pie.
Not even pumpkin pie. No.
No.
Mm-mm. Not even. And so it's like, no, what's not happening? We've hijacked your channel. There's nothing you can do about it. You're not getting it back. It's Jim Caviezel all the time now.
Yeah, because I don't even think he knows we're on.
I'm sorry. I don't think kimchi. He's probably gonna. You know what he's probably doing? He's probably trying to come up with some sort of pumpkin flavored kimchi for tomorrow. That's what he's doing. Yeah,
trying to build a turkey out of kimchi.
So yeah, there was a lot of bullshit that happened that episode, man. They were just like talking about how great Jim Caviezel was, and they were like kind of gloating over the fact that I was locked out in my own show. Until I finally figured out how to get back in, and then Donnie Cho comes in. He's like, man, what the fuck's going on here, guys? So here's that.
Power. I got the authority. I'm here, but I'm going to let this happen. I'm here to help people. My favorite scene in the entire movie is actually at the beginning when he's in the Garden of Gethsemane and the snake goes at him, and he's when he's done praying, he stands up and it's like his foot comes down, and it's just that powerful sound of his foot crushing the serpent's head. It's like a lot of people said, well, that's not what really happened in the garden. It's like, you're right, but it's art. The whole movie's it's a work of art. It's not necessarily supposed to be exactly what happened. It's like, it may not be true to history, but it is good theology.
Right.
Because that is what happened. That's the entire point. Like, the entire point of the film, and of course the story itself, is that scene. And he plays it perfectly. It's like, that is exactly probably what Jesus would have gone through. And it's like, it's the resolve of what he's about to do. And it just really, really carries.
You know, I don't know about you or anyone else, but when they were torturing him during that movie, it was almost as if I felt it myself, like I was there, you know, that, I mean, it had drew me in so far that I believed I was there. You know, it was just the whole flogging thing. I will never forget that. Never in my life.
Yeah.
And it brought me to tears to think that they could keep torturing him like that, you know, hour after hour. And I was just like, I don't even know how he survived that long, but he knew he had to. He was put here on earth to do that. He was put here to last until that final moment when he was called back home.
Well, that's the thing, is he didn't actually go home. He went.
No, he did not.
Not for 3 days. But a lot of theologians will say that their belief is that he wasn't going to die until he allowed himself to die.
Right.
That essentially he was using his own power to keep himself alive throughout the entire ordeal until it was time, until the right moment. And that moment is, by the way, the moment when when the sacrifice was made for that day. That's the right. But yeah, I mean, this is probably the first film, because this is one of those things that I was already doing artwork at the time, trying to show, whenever I would do the crucifixion, trying to really show him as beaten and bloodied, and really get and convey that. Because up to that point, whenever you saw him in artwork or films, he always looks like, oh, well, I'm on this cross and it's bad, right? He was like, there may be a little bit of blood, but not a lot. And it's always like, oh no, I'm on a cross. Like, and that's how he looks. Like, oh, this is an inconvenience. This was the first time someone in art had,
Skipping ahead a bit.
Oh, there he is.
Here he comes.
God damn it! Well,
see, I had
this son
heard.
of a bitch changed the passwords on me. God damn it,
Well,
Jason
see,
McLean.
I had heard
show.
that you were talking about Nessie. Jason said he was going to kick you off the show.
That's why?
And that you didn't want to even do it anyway. And he asked me if I wanted to do the show. I said, sure. You know,
God damn,
we can talk about important stuff.
Because I insulted, I'm sorry, because I insulted your favorite fanboy Cryptid, your little sea monster, and now you gotta kick me out of my own show? Do you remember the show as Donnie Cho says stuff?
Is that
You're
what, oh, is that what
retired.
you think it
You're
said?
done. So this is how you end your retirement. Go
Yeah, I
around
came out of
hijacking
retirement
people's shows.
to bring a good Nessie-sized smackdown on you.
Yeah.
Am I not the master of my own domain?
No.
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 Not when other people have your passwords. No.
Sorry, folks. I just got kicked out of my own show. I got hijacked. By the way, what's the
So
topic
you even
tonight?
said you didn't want to do a show tonight because you were busy with your pumpkin kimchi and you didn't care about your audience.
Pumpkin
You're like,
kimchi.
they're like,
Your
they're a bunch of
kimchi
nuts
turkey.
anyway. I'm not going to do anything.
It's kimchi turkey.
Yeah. And so I'm like, you know what? You talk
believe his
smack on
lies,
Nessie.
folks. Don't
I'm going to
believe his
give your
lies.
people some things to
No.
watch, some beautifulness to watch. So Brandon and I have been talking about
we were
the
supposed to
beauty of
talk about
Jim.
Megalodon, Jason. And then you were like, I'll
Again?
take care of the thumbnail. Just log on whenever. And I try to log on, and what do you know? Passwords have been changed. You son of a bitch.
Well, that's
And
what
now
happens.
we're talking about who? By the way, who the fuck is Jim Caviezel?
Sound of Freedom, Passion of the Christ. Seriously? Person of
Oh, I
interest?
saw Passion of the Christ. I never saw Person of Interest.
You're
Never
missing
saw
out on
Sound of Freedom. I did see Passion of the Christ once, and it sucked. That movie sucked. I'll tell you why it sucked. There were very specific reasons why it sucked.
Uh-huh.
Number one,
You're of the devil.
the ending of the movie had already been spoiled. Thanks a lot, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Fucking spoilers. I was like, okay, I already know the ending of the movie. They just spoiled the
Based
hell
on
out
a
of this
book,
movie.
You're not going to change it. It's like
Number
going
one.
to Jurassic Park and being surprised that Tyrannosaurus Rex gets out.
Number two, I'm watching a film about Jesus. It's supposed to be all realistic, and right? Where's Keanu? Who's this guy playing Jesus? Why is it not Keanu? Boo, thumbs down.
Because
This movie
Keanu
sucks.
Reeves can't carry a movie like that.
No,
Look, I
it's
love
not
Keanu. I love
Keanu.
me some Keanu Reeves, but Jim Caviezel, as we've been talking for the last 45 minutes.
That's the guy who
Jim
played Jesus?
Caviezel. Yeah, he's
No,
got.
don't get me wrong. That guy did a good job. The guy did a
Yeah.
good job. I'll give him that.
He's got.
He
He's
was
got the power and the prestige he has. He's a character actor. Keanu
Yeah.
Reeves. Again, love me some Keanu Reeves, but he couldn't carry that movie.
And then I think of Keanu, and Keanu's my John Wick. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can play John Wick but Keanu. Okay? Nobody can play Jesus but Jim. That's it. That's it.
I just came up with a cool idea, but I'll share that towards the end. Okay, here's my third reason, right? Yo, that movie was in subtitles in a language that no one even speaks. Way to waste my fucking brain power, Mel. Thanks a lot. I gotta
Actually, he
read
didn't want-
subtitles.
Mel Gibson didn't want subtitles. He wanted the whole thing in the original language, no subtitles. The subtitles was literally a concession.
Oh,
made
great! So yeah, let me call my Aramaic buddy and ask him if he wants to join a movie for me. Oh wait, never mind. They're all extinct.
Yeah, but Donnie, don't you think that if you already know the story, you knew
That would
what
be
they were
like-
saying anyway?
You know what that would be like? That would be like me making a video for dinosaurs, and it's just like little images of meat floating across the screen, and I'll be like, "This is for you, dinosaurs. Here's for you."
Well, that's silly because dinosaurs can't watch movies.
You never know. They have those
No, you
videos
can't-
for cats. Those YouTube videos for cats. You ever watch those?
Yeah.
You ever put those on
And
for your
as
cat?
interesting as the cat ones are, the
Shit, I'm muted again, didn't I? Fuck. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I mute myself because I don't want to burp into the mic while I'm watching this shit. I forget about it. So yeah, Jason fucked with me pretty hard. He locked me out of my own goddamn channel. But he had a reason to do it because just a few weeks prior to that, I did kind of humiliate his ass live on the stream. He had never been told to go fuck himself prior to this because he would always be brought on as like, you know, the expert Bible cryptid guy, right? But then one day I do my own channel or my own show, a live stream just by myself, where I'm just like, yeah, I think Loch Ness Monster is the shittiest cryptid. You know, and then Jason just fucking invades that shit, starts talking all this shit to me, and I tell him to go fuck himself live. So because of that, he got mad, and then he locked me out of my own channel and started doing this show with Brandy about Jim Caviezel. But I will show you as the final clip before I fuck off. I'm gonna show you the moment that yeah, the first time Jason ever got cussed out live on a YouTube stream. It hit him kind of hard, man. He told me afterwards he wasn't quite ready for that. So I'm going to show that. But basically the idea of the show was just me talking shit about Loch Ness Monster and how much I think it fucking sucks. And then Jason was all pissed. So here we go.
Or Mosasaurus. Couldn't be a Moses. We couldn't get a Mosasaurus. We gotta get the lamest fucking dinosaur. So yeah, even if the theories are true, which I know they're not because I know what Loch Ness Monster really is, it's lame. It sucks. And yeah, there is a pecking order when it comes to cryptids. Certain cryptids are cooler because they do shit, right? Mothman's pretty dope. I mean, that motherfucker brought down like an entire bridge. So because of that, because of what I have said, I am going to update the background to a more accurate portrayal of what I think Loch Ness Monster really is. There we go. That's it, folks. Drinking in. That's what Loch Ness Monster is. He's a fucking Gary Coleman of cryptids. Not to say that I particularly dislike Gary Coleman or I shit on him. May God rest his soul. I was a fan of Different Strokes. What you talking about, Willis? I love me some Gary Coleman, okay? That's not why I'm using his face on the Fuck Ness Monster's head, okay? The reason why I'm using Gary Coleman is because that's kind of what Loch Ness Monster is. He was kind of big back in the day, right? Kind of cool in the 80s. Fell off. Never once regained his status, even though he may have tried. But we all know you the lamest cryptid there is. Yeah. And then what did Gary Coleman wind up? He just wound up like a security guard. Like, of all the actors, people were least interested in him. That's what Loch Ness Monster is. That's why you don't hear about him in any of these podcasts. Because he sucks, people. He sucks. Okay. So, for all of you who have stuck with me till now is time that I share with you the true identity of the Loch Ness Monster. The secret will be revealed, and you will finally know what the Loch Ness Monster actually is. Okay, so I was watching this video one time on YouTube, so of course you know it's legit, where the guy was talking about how a Loch Ness Monster being a plesiosaur doesn't quite make sense because, you know, that iconic picture of the Loch Ness Monster with his head out. There was this one, I guess he was a paleontology guy who basically stated that plesiosaurs' necks didn't bend that way because they didn't have enough vertebrae. Their necks were constantly stiff and straight, which I don't completely buy because I wound up looking up a picture of what a plesiosaur skeleton does look like, and there's mad vertebrae. What the fuck is he talking about? That thing must have moved around like a snake. But yeah, so according to this paleontology dude, he ruled out the possibility of it being a plesiosaur because it would stick its neck out and then its head bent forward. Until Donnie Cho one day discovers the actual identity of that head and neck sticking out of water. And tonight, are you folks ready? I'm going to show you. Behold, this is proof positive, number one, that the Loch Ness Monster is a fucking fraud and a phony baloney. And he's whack. He's a fraud and he's a loser. And let me show you, because this is what Loch Ness Monster really is. The true identity. Bam, folks. Drink it in. That's right. That is exactly what you're looking at for those of you at home viewing. To the left, well, to the right is the iconic classic evidence of the Loch Ness Monster. We've all seen it. Its head picking out of water. At an impossible angle that, according to a paleontologist, a plesiosaur's head does not bend. To the left, that's right. You are looking at an actual picture of a whale's penis. A whale dick, baby. That's the only thing that's that size that would stick out of the water and bend that way. So what is the Loch Ness Monster really? It's a whale that's happy to see you. Drink it in.
What the hell are you doing?
This is where Jason just
What?
barges in on the show.
What are you doing with this BS right now?
That son of a
Seriously?
Oh, hey.
Are
Oh,
you
hey, it's
are
the-
you over here besmirching the Loch Ness Monster and Gary Coleman at the same time? The hell is wrong with you?
Oh, what's a Bible nerd? I thought you were done with all this.
I was, and then you have some lame ass wannabe K-pop star dissing on the Loch Ness Monster. You're not going to diss on the Loch Ness Monster while I'm around. I still have access to your account.
You were at that convention with me. Was there any mention of the Fuck Ness Monster?
You know what? You know what else there wasn't? Mention of the Elvis, North American
Whoa.
Elvis Project. What kind of bull? Seriously, you're going to sit here
No,
and
that's
talk
not
about
fair.
the Elvis with any kind of credibility while you're dissing the Loch Ness Monster? Stop talking about Elvis, by the way. But seriously, you're going to talk about that. You're going to diss the Loch Ness Monster. This creature has been around for the last century. It's famous. It brought back sea monsters are cool, and they've got a real chance of being real. Unlike half the cryptids we look at, this thing's got a better chance. The ocean is vast, unexplored. What is wrong with you? What kind of lame weirdo are you to be over here complaining about the Loch Ness Monster? Seriously.
I'm not saying that the Loch Ness Monster is bad per se. I'm just saying of all the cryptids, it just sucks the hardest.
You know, for someone who spends an awful lot of time looking at cryptid penis, I don't know if I would talk about sucking.
Man, you went there, man. Come on, dude.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Oh,
talking about the Loch Ness Monster, and by an extension, every other sea monster. And by the way, it's a reptile. It's a marine reptile, you palooka, as was the mosasaur. You said
yeah,
mammal.
but Mosasaur was cool. At least Mosasaur was cool. It's
a
like the
big
lamest
lizard,
fucking.
dude.
It's the fucking lamest fucking aquatic reptile. It's got a big neck that just gets chomped off anytime a semi, I don't know, competent predator, a Leupleurodon comes along. Oh, hey, look at this fucking fat bloated thing with this skinny neck sticking out. Why don't I just decapitate it in one bite?
It's a magical Leopleurodon. Charlie, what, you gonna follow the Leopleurodon to the rock candy mountain? What seriously, what kind of argument is this? You numbnuts?
Okay, let me ask you this. You know about all that recent shit about Loch Ness Monster? Everyone's getting all of a sudden getting back into Loch Ness Monster, right? Where are them Loch Ness Monster podcasts at, Jason McLean? Where are they? Where are the Loch Ness Monster chat rooms?
They're being suppressed by big government because they know that, because unlike Bigfoot, which if it's discovered won't change anything, a living plesiosaur will. That's why he's suppressed. Oh yeah. No, absolutely suppressed by big government because and YouTube and all the others.
Everyone talked about coelacanth. Remember coelacanth back in the day?
That happened before big tech had all that control. They couldn't do anything about that.
But everyone knows about coelacanth, but you know what? No one gives a shit. No one gives a shit.
Yeah, because it's a big dead fish like you.
It's like just a regular ass, and that's what plesiosaur is. Why are you defending plesiosaur so hard?
Why are you going that hard? It is a beautiful creature that doesn't care about you. It's
just
it's not trying to get some sort of points.
Okay, let me ask you this.
It's just a creature trying to live its life. Why you got to bash on it?
Let me ask you. Now I'm curious. Which dinosaur was lamer in your opinion, or prehistoric animal?
Probably your grandmother's kimchi.
Oh, Jason, you gotta make fun of my grandma and my kimchi. Damn, dude, that hurts.
Just saying. You're going too hard here, dude. There is no point in this. The Loch Ness monster is dope, and you're coming at him for no reason. What is wrong with you?
I'm like, do something. I'm just pissed off. Okay, you know what? I'm a little bit salty because when I first saw that book, I was so hyped. And then later on, I come into crypto community expecting to see some dope ass Loch Ness monster evidence and podcasts and people geeking out over it and ready to nothing, not a fucking peep. And I'm like, how did it fall off so hard? Oh, Gary Coleman.
Because it's not here. Okay, let's be honest.
You got Gary Coleman.
All the cryptids that people care about are here in the U.S. because they don't want to go over and spend the money to go research over there. Every time someone's got $2, they go over where they go, and they're going to Loch Ness. That's what they're doing. They're going to Loch Ness.
Can I tell you a little something observation I've made? I'm ingratiated with several communities, but of all the communities I've ever been ingratiated into, the paranormal cryptid community has the biggest percentage of people who have never flown in a plane before. Just saying.
That might be true. I mean, it's fair.
So I don't imagine too many cryptid researchers going out to other countries,
Well, hold on. The real ones do.
The real ones.
Saying, the real ones do, right? And again, where do they go? They go to Loch Ness. They put time in at Loch Ness because
Loch Ness monster isn't even the most fucking interesting thing at Loch Ness. It's the old what's his name's house, the one that Aleister Crowley's old house.
Yeah, why do you think Aleister Crowley was there? Because he knew how cool Loch Ness was. You're gonna sit here and crap on one of the most important cryptids of the last 100 years.
Most important. Oh, now I know you're talking shit, Jason McLean. I'm pretty sure there says something in the Bible about not like talking out of your ass. You say he's the most important of all the cryptids, really?
Yeah.
Can you really say that honestly?
Yes, absolutely honestly. In fact, there's a good chance that it's one of the cryptids in the Bible. So what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? One of the cryptids in the Bible?
The Leviathan. It's a good chance that it could have been a plesiosaur.
Stop lying to the people, folks. You know Leviathan's not really Loch Ness monster. I've listened to your talks on Leviathan, sir. And now you're going to bring up that it might be Loch Ness monster now? I think you're just against me. I think you're just against me.
Why are you against Loch Ness monster? Why are you
because
going
he sucks.
He does not.
How come nobody's talking about him? He sucks, dude.
I already told you he's suppressed by big government. Maybe the real issue here, Donnie, at the end of the day, is that you're just a dick.
You know what, Jason McLean? Fuck you, dude.
How dare.
And just like that, the episode ends. So yeah, I think it kind of stemmed from there. My his hatred, our mutual hatred for each other as arch nemesis. I told him to go fuck himself on a first time ever on a live stream. He took it kind of rough, but it happened. So yeah. And that, my friends, stemmed the genesis of this arch rivalry between Donnie Cho and Jason McLean. So now you guys have seen it for yourselves. Am I muted now? No, I'm not. Okay, you can hear me. Yay. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little stroll down memory lane. I enjoyed this myself. I don't normally do this kind of thing, but I figured I was in the mood to just sit back with some beers and watch some cool podcasting. But unfortunately, everyone was off tonight, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch myself. But then I figured, you know what? If I'm going to watch myself, I might as well watch myself with other people. And here we are. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please check out the previous episode I did earlier today about the baddest bitch in K-pop. was quite proud of that episode personally. I thought it was a good story to tell, and I hope you guys go back and check out the earlier episode I did tonight, the baddest bitch in K-pop, and now I'm going to check out. So peace, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday this week when I do Paranormal Show and Tell with Brandy and Randy, and sometimes Tex. So peace.
Erotic Bigfoot ready to dig you down. Erotic Bigfoot taking your ass to Pound Town. That cryptid sauce all up in your tent. Over his knee, we will all be bent. 36 inches of love, 36 inches of cryptid sauce, 36 inches of fun. Erotic Bigfoot, that sexual boss. Erotic Bigfoot, gonna lay that pipe. Man or woman, 36 inches of furry height. Squatching those woods for a sexy time. She knocked this, that ass is mine. 36 inches of love, 36 inches of cryptid sauce, 36 inches of fun. Erotic Bigfoot, the sexual boss. We need. Donnie Cho says stuff, we are sexually free. Erotic Bigfoot loving all night long. Erotic Bigfoot with a 3-foot dong. 36 inches of love, 36 inches of Bigfoot dick, 36 inches of dong.